It was a Saturday, one of those rare ones where I wasn't swamped with board meetings or international calls. Maya, who's 15, had been saving up her allowance and birthday money. Oh. She wanted to open her own proper savings account. Not just the piggy bank I'd gotten her when she was little. I was so proud. It felt like a big step for her, learning about responsibility and money. You sure you don't want me to come with you, sweetie? I asked as she counted her little bundle of notes for the 10th time. No, Mom, I got this, she said, a determined set to her jaw that I recognized all too well. She got it from me. It's just depositing money. So I drove her to our local bank branch. It's a nice enough place, usually quiet on a weekend. I told her I'd wait in the car, read some emails. I wanted her to have this moment of independence. I watched her walk in, her backpack slung over one shoulder, looking so grown up it made my heart ache a little. Maybe 10 minutes passed. I was idly scrolling through my phone when I saw her come back out. But something was wrong, terribly wrong. Her shoulders were slumped, her head down. Even from the car, I could see the sheen of tears in her eyes. My stomach dropped. I was out of the car before I even consciously decided to move. Maya, honey, what happened? She looked up and her face just crumpled. Mom, she choked out, and then the tears really started to fall. I pulled her into a hug right there on the sidewalk. Talk to me, baby. What's wrong? Through sobs, she managed to get it out. The lady at the counter. She what? Maya? What did she do? My voice was calm, but inside, a cold anger was starting to bloom. She asked me where I got the money, Maya whispered, her voice thick with shame and hurt. She said a girl like you shouldn't have this much cash. Are you sure it's yours? A girl like you. Those 4 words hit me like a punch to the gut. My bright, beautiful, intelligent black daughter, being made to feel like a criminal for wanting to deposit her own hard-earned savings. And then Maya continued, wiping her eyes, when I told her it was my savings. She just smirked. Took the money really slowly, counting it like she expected it to be fake. She kept looking at me up and down. My blood boiled. The calm I'd been feigning evaporated. I held Maya's hand. Come on, I said, my voice low and tight. We're going back in there. No, Mom, please. It's okay. Let's just go home. She was terrified, embarrassed. No, sweetie, it's not okay. Not even a little bit. We walked back into the bank. The air conditioning felt icy against my suddenly flushed skin. There were a couple of people in line, and one teller free, a woman with tightly permed blonde hair, and a name tag that read, Susan. She was the one. I knew it from the way her eyes flickered towards Maya, a tiny, almost imperceptible sneer on her lips before she composed her face into a neutral expression. I walked straight to her counter. Maya trailing slightly. Behind me, clutching my hand. Excuse me, I said, my voice dangerously level. My daughter was just in here a few minutes ago to make a deposit. Susan looked at Maya, then at me. Yes. Is there a problem with the transaction? Her tone was overly sweet, fake. Yes, there's a problem, I said, meeting her gaze directly. There's a problem with how you spoke to her. There's a problem with the assumptions you made about her. Susan's smile faltered. I'm not sure I understand. Oh, I think you do, I pressed. You questioned where she got her money. You implied she might have stolen it. You made her feel small and unwelcome. The teller scoffed, a tiny, dismissive sound. I was just doing my job, ensuring security protocols. We have to be careful with cash deposits. Careful or prejudiced. I asked, my voice rising slightly. The other customers were starting to look good. Maya squeezed my hand, her eyes pleading with me to stop, but I couldn't. This wasn't just about a rude bank teller anymore. This was about my daughter, about the world she was going to have to navigate, a world that would sometimes judge her before it even knew her. My daughter saved that money, every penny. She was excited to open her first account. And you? I pointed a finger at Susan. You ruined that for her. You made her feel like a thief. Susan's face hardened. Look, I don't have to take this. I was perfectly polite to your daughter. No, you weren't, Maya whispered, finding a sliver of courage. You made me feel awful. The teller rolled her eyes, a gesture so blatant it made me see red. I'd like to speak to your manager, I said, my voice like ice. The manager is busy, Susan said dismissively, turning as if to serve the next person. I don't think so, I said. I think the manager will want to hear about how his staff are treating customers, particularly young Black customers trying to engage with your bank for the first time. Just then, a man in a suit emerged from a back office. Is there a problem out here, Susan? Susan jumped slightly. Oh, Mr. Henderson, this lady is just making some accusations. Mr. Henderson looked from Susan to me, then to Maya, who was still hiding a little behind me. I'm Sarah Johnson, I said, stepping forward. My daughter Maya came in to deposit her savings. And your teller here treated her with disrespect and suspicion, implying the money wasn't legitimately hers. Mr. Henderson looked concerned. Susan, is this true? Susan started to stammer. Was just being cautious. Standard procedure. Standard procedure to humiliate a 15-year-old girl. I challenged. To make her feel like a criminal for having a couple of $100 she saved herself? My voice was shaking a bit now, not with anger anymore, but with the hurt I felt for Maya. Mr. Henderson looked at me, really looked at me, and then a flicker of recognition crossed his face. Wait, Sarah Johnson, CEO of Innovate Solutions. The color drained from Susan's face. She stared at me, mouth agape. Innovate Solutions was one of the largest corporate clients this particular bank branch had. Our company payroll, our investment accounts, everything ran through this bank. I just nodded, the very same. But that's not important right now. What's important is that your employee made my daughter feel ashamed and unwelcome because of the color of her skin and an unfair assumption. Mr. Henderson looked horrified. Miss Johnson, I am so sorry. This is completely unacceptable. Susan, my office. Now. Susan looked like she was about to faint. She scurried off behind Mr. Henderson. He turned back to us. Miss Johnson, Maya, please accept my sincerest apologies. There is no excuse for this kind of behavior. We will address this immediately. This is not what our bank stands for. He spoke to Maya directly then, his voice gentle. Maya, I am truly sorry that your first experience opening an account was so negative. We value every customer, and what happened today was wrong. Can we please try to make this right for you? Maya just nodded, still looking a bit stunned. I took a deep breath. Mr. Henderson, I appreciate your apology. But what I really need is for Maya to know that this isn't her fault and that people will be held accountable for such behavior. They will be Ms. Johnson. I give you my word. We'll be reviewing our customer service training, and Susan will be facing disciplinary action. We didn't stay much longer. Mr. Henderson personally processed Maya's deposit, treating her with utmost respect, explaining everything. But the damage was done. The initial joy and pride Maya had felt were gone, replaced by a weariness that no 15-year-old should have to carry. Back in the car, Maya was quiet for a long time. "Are you okay, sweetie?" I asked softly. She nodded. "I think so. It really hurt, Mom. I know, baby. I know." I reached over and took her hand. "I'm so sorry you had to go through that. Did she do it because I'm black?" she asked, her voice small. The question hung in the air, heavy and painful. "Probably, honey," I said, "because lying wouldn't help. Sometimes people have ugly ideas in their heads. It's not about you, it's about them. It's their ignorance, their prejudice. It's not a reflection of who you are. If you are smart and kind, and you are doing something responsible." She leaned her head against my shoulder. "Thanks for going back in, Mom. I was so scared." "I'll always go back in for you, Maya. Always." That day, Maya learned a lot more than just how to deposit money. She learned about prejudice, but she also learned that she didn't have to accept it, that she had a voice, and that her mom would always, always have her back. And I was reminded, yet again, that no matter how successful I became, the world could still throw daggers at my child, and my most important job would always be to stand between her and the sharpness of that pain, and teach her how to stand for herself. It was a bitter lesson, but one we faced together.